Most photographers lose high-end architecture clients before they even take their first photo. It's not their camera, it's not their editing, it's their workflow. Most photographers trying to break into architecture photography are not losing because they're bad photographers, they're losing because they look unprofessional. They show up without a plan, they shoot randomly, they miss key shots, and worst of all, they deliver images that don't actually help the client. And that's why they stay stuck shooting low-paying work. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how a real luxury architecture photography shoot works, step by step. If we haven't met before, I'm William Widman. I've been a professional photographer for over 16 years, shooting a range of architecture projects to include hotels and resorts, luxury residential, commercial buildings, universities and institutional spaces, and much more. And on this channel, I talk about the business of architecture photography because a lot of photographers are interested in moving into this space, but the industry works very different from other areas of photography like weddings, portraits, or real estate photography. And one thing I've learned at the high end, it's not about just taking pretty photos, it's about having a system. By the way, if you want a great resource to help you get started today, a completely free PDF guide, I've put together the Architecture Photography Pricing Starter Kit. You'll find the link in the description below, along with some other great resources. Here's exactly what you'll learn today: pre-production planning, how to shoot on-site like a pro, lighting and timing strategy, composition and shot list thinking, and how to deliver consistent high-end results. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the full workflow, from before you even show up to how you move through the property, to how you think about light, composition, and client expectations. By the end, you'll have a clear system that you can actually use on your next shoot. If you've ever felt like you're just winging it, this is why. No clear system, shooting reactively, missing shots, inconsistent results, and stress during shoots. If you're transitioning into architecture photography, this probably sounds familiar. You show up, you start shooting what looks good, you move from room to room, and constantly you're thinking, am I missing something? That feeling, that's not a skill problem, that's a workflow problem. So let's talk about the 5 main areas where you can improve your workflow today. The first area is pre-production, and this is where most photographers fail. The shoot is won or lost before you even arrive. So talk to the architect or designer. Understand the intent of the project, build a good shot list, and plan your timing around the sun, twilight, and interiors. Before I ever show up, I know exactly what I'm shooting. I've talked to the architect, the developer, maybe interior designer. I understand what matters in the design, the materials, the flow, and the key features. And I've built a shot list based on their priorities, not mine. This alone will put you ahead of 99% of photographers. The second area is on-site workflow. You want to move with intention. You don't wander, you execute. Start with exteriors or interiors based on the light. Work in a logical sequence. Lock your compositions early. Refine instead of constantly searching. When I'm on site, I'm not guessing. I'm moving through the property with intention. I'm thinking, where is the light right now? What shots need this time window? Instead of chasing random angles, I lock in my strong compositions and then I start to refine them. That's how you stay efficient and professional. The third area is lighting and timing strategy. Luxury work is controlled, it's not lucky. You start with natural light first, you balance your interior and exterior exposures, you plan for twilight shots, and you avoid harsh uncontrolled light. Lighting is everything, and here's the difference. Beginners react to light, professionals plan for it. I know when the light hits each space, I know when to shoot exteriors versus interiors, and I'm always thinking ahead to twilight because that's often going to be your hero shot. The fourth area is composition and shot discipline. You're telling a story, not just collecting photos. So you want to shoot with purpose, highlight the design intent, focus on lines, symmetry, and flow, and capture wide, medium, and tight shots. This is where you separate yourself. You're not just taking photos, you're translating the architecture. Every shot should answer, why did the architect design it this way? If you can do that, you will become invaluable as an architectural photographer. The fifth area is client-focused shooting. It's not about what you like, it's about what they need. You want to prioritize key features, you want to think marketing use, you want to shoot for portfolios and publications, and you want to collaborate on site. Your client doesn't care about your favorite angle. They care about, can they use this to win projects? Can they submit this for awards? Can this represent their brand? When you start thinking like this, everything will change. Okay, so the sixth area is shooting for post-production. Fixing it in post is actually a lie. You want to capture clean exposures, you want to plan for blending, avoid unnecessary fixes later, because bad workflow will actually show up in your editing. If you don't plan your shots, you'll spend hours fixing problems that you've actually created. Professionals shoot for post-production, not against it. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. You want to plan before you shoot, move with intention, control light, shoot with purpose, and you want to think like your client. If you take nothing else from this video, take this. High-end architecture photography is not about talent, it's about process. And once you have a system, everything gets easier. If you're serious about moving into architecture photography, you have to understand the business model. It's not just about taking pretty pictures and lighting. Download the free PDF guide, the Architecture Photography Pricing Starter Kit, and learn how commercial pricing works and start positioning yourself correctly. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that goes into transitioning into architecture photography than I can cover in one video. But if you're serious about moving into architecture photography, I created a great resource that can help. It's called The Workflow of an Architecture Photography Shoot, which includes many checklists, cheat sheets, and customizable templates. You can access all of these great resources in the description below. What really separates photographers working on $200 real estate photo shoots from photographers working on $2,000, $5,000, or $10,000 architectural projects is understanding the business side of the industry. It's things like pricing projects properly, licensing your images correctly, creating professional estimates, and communicating clearly with your clients. Because on this channel, I talk about the things most photography education completely ignores: architecture photography pricing, licensing images, working with architects and developers, and building a professional photography business. And those are the skills that help photographers build a sustainable career. Architectural photography is one of the most rewarding specialties in photography, but the photographers who succeed in this field don't just understand how to take great photos, they understand the business side of the industry. Things like pricing, licensing, estimates, and great client communication. If you're serious about moving into architecture photography, like the video, subscribe. Don't forget to download the free PDF guide in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video.